Hello and welcome everyone. It's been a week since the last live stream. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn on the audio device recording. I have to switch the audio device properly. Oh, that seems to be broken. Give me a moment. It seems that my audio device recording decided to stop working. Oh wait, I already have it. Wait, what? Whatever. It seems to be all working now. Alright. So, for tonight there are a bit of plans. We'll see how far we go with everything. We have 2 hours as hopefully usual. And we'll see how it goes. Really? Right now? Someone is calling me. Okay, that's resolved, at least for now. Alright. Let's get to work with this thing. Gotta finally finish this page. It's been a bit of a rough week. Didn't exactly have the time or the willpower to finish it. Should be squished more. The little sideburns. The cheek fluff. Like something like this, I guess. You'll have to excuse me if my drawing quality is really bad at the start of the stream. I haven't been drawing for the last week, like almost at all. So, well, because of that I've gotten worse, of course. Drawing is a thing you have to practice every day if you want to keep consistent. So I've been watching Attack on Titan, with my brother, rewatching it, and we've gotten to the last season, and damn, some of the last season reveals hit really well. Like, I wish that the ending parts of my own story, whenever I reach that moment, will hit just as well. Like with all of the setups and the payoffs. But we'll see how that goes. We are still very much in the setting up phase. Not much to pay off yet. Music is a bit loud, okay. Also, hello Krampus. Is this better? Hello Mikolai. Hello, Mitri. Mitri, yeah. Hello, everyone. Alright, good. I had to re-add the audio device because for some reason it stopped working. Also, to those curious, I moved the live stream schedule now to Saturdays instead of Sundays because, well, something came up that can't exactly be happening on Saturdays. It has to be on Sundays and during the time of the live streams, so, well, I had to move something. So now we're here. That earlier. If we have the time, we'll draw some interiors and stuff like that later tonight, so hopefully I'll manage to do this page hastily. I really want to get over to that. But I'm not gonna do it until I have this page done, at least line art wise. Also, me and a group of friends that are recording the Ready or Not challenge run video will be finally going back to playing that game after a month of a break. Mainly because the developers have posted another dev update on their next update / DLC, so yeah, we better get going before they release that. Because otherwise we'll have to redo all of the missions, and we already have to redo a bunch of the missions because, well, I didn't press on record. I didn't press start recording, so That was painful to realize, probably part of why we didn't play for so long. So, random thing, the Helldivers have managed to defend Super Earth. That was a fairly fun event to partake in. Quite a few, well, losses along the way, but we pulled it off. So, that's cool. Wonder what will happen next. I really do hope we get our vehicles soon. I want those vehicles from Helldivers 1 really badly. Oh yeah, last live stream we did that drawing for Jay. I almost forgot. Just wondering, why did live stream 17? And I was searching for my head, what did we do live stream 17? Because I thought I would have already done this page by then. Well, that explains. Hello! Speak of the devil. What is it? Are you washing paint dry? In specific? I mean, it's not exactly much of a difference. You're either watching someone draw, which is almost like watching paint dry, and you're watching paint dry, so... Not sure if that's the way I would choose to spend my time, but I'm happy you're here. If wrist tactics not working. Welp. What can I say? No, that's... doing that even makes the problem worse. It's only perspective, it's not her actual face getting smaller and or wider, I guess, the further it is. Yeah, that doesn't exactly sound like the most pleasant of work. I don't know, I'm not exactly much of a fan of rotating the canvas. I sometimes do rotate my drawing tablet, but I don't do it via button press because I don't know, I just don't like doing button presses. Yeah, you could never rotate the image, right? Right, Krampus? You'd never do that. We should do like a special episode where we're both like on Draw Together or some other party game with drawing. That I think would be some pretty fun content. Yeah, if you gotta see the image spin first before you can draw, I don't blame you. I mean, it might not be technically productive, but you don't have to always be productive with what you're doing. I'm trying to find the fun in drawing again, so I'm on a quest, you could say. Not a quest for fire, the quest for finding fun. I do have the will to live. I'm starting a new job soon, so I'm doing fine on that front, but I need to find the motivation to try again. Yes. I am doing that currently. Why do you ask? Yeah, we all actually discussed it on one of the live streams. I think it was live stream 10 or something like that. My chat actually, it's not the chat messages that are delayed, it's you seeing me. So I see the chat messages the moment they show up, and you are seeing me talking from about a minute ago on my side. So that's why it seems like I'm taking a long time to respond to your messages, is because I'm responding to them the moment I get them, and then it's like 60 seconds later when you actually hear the response. Yeah, I guess I always do it that way, so I'm just used to it. And then I just correct it if I want to, if I need to. Like, I have a very specific idea for what I want with those, like, vague shapes, and I more or less always have it in my mind. So it's... You know, I have another layer of sketches essentially inside of my mind. So that's how that works. I've just trained myself to essentially just skip an entire stage of sketching to save up on time. which isn't really the case because I still do sometimes do the sketches or like a vague outline first. But you know, I'm trying to find ways to get faster. Poczekaj. Okay. I'm here again. This might be that too long. Actually, maybe not. I will make them slightly shorter. So one thing that happened this week is I finally got the contributor badge for Beyond All Reason for all of my contributions to the project. So I can now officially say that I am one of the 200 something developers of the RTS game Beyond All Reason. So that's a fun thing. I have a couple more things that I want to finish to add to this game, but well, I've been caught up with some stuff, and I'm not exactly in any shape to, well, finish doing stuff. As you might be able to tell by the fact that I haven't finished this page yet, since I've been doing it for at least a couple of weeks now. I'd love to go back to my old schedule of doing 1 to 2 pages a week. There have been times when I was able to have that sort of tempo, and despite it being tiring, it felt nice. Like I was actually making progress. Not to say I'm not, but I'm not making it at a pace I'd want it. Wanna be faster. Alright, I need something to talk about and burn the time, so... Okay, let's say... Let's say we would write to fanfic about, I don't know, something that some of you might know and something that I know fairly well. What are some new movies that will be coming out fairly soon? I guess the Zootopia sequel is a movie. So let's say we were to write a Zootopia fanfic. Give me some themes for it. And yeah, let's see if we can come up with some absolutely stupid plot for it. Shouldn't be any ideas that I can, safely talk about on YouTube. I know that makes the range of possibilities smaller, but, we are on a platform that we are on. Okay. Zootopia Isekai, alright. What would that be paired with? I need some other theme to pair this with, because that's more of a genre than Isekai, than a theme. Mike Wazowski gets isekai'd into Zootopia. Jesus. That would be an interesting thing. Crossovers are always fun. Yeah, crossovers are fun, especially in fanfics.
Even more so if they are done with complete disregard for the characters themselves. Because then you can just think of, yeah, that wouldn't exactly work, but at the same time, like, Zootopia and Doomslayer. Like, yeah, he'd probably just go around and wipe everyone out. That sounds like a pretty edgy fanfic. Like, Jesus. Yeah, no, that sounds edgy as hell. Like, I could cut myself on that edge. Though, to be fair, crossovers of Doom Guy with anything tend to be that. It's like... It's kinda like Toddler versus Thermonuclear Bomb. Like, it's that kind of vibe, I feel. Yeah, Beastars X Zootopia sounds like something that's been already done. I mean, we're not, making anything, we're just spitballing stuff. I can tell you for a fact that Zootopia / Beastars fanfics have been done. Not that I've read any, but I've seen some stuff. But, okay. Okay, you know what? If we're on the subject of funny crossovers... So, an isekai. So, a person from our world gets transported into Zootopia. Okay. What if we had a Catholic priest isekai'd into Zootopia, and they take on their personal goal of converting all of Zootropolis to Christianity? I'd read that. Sounds like a really weird fanfic if it were taken with a proper grain of salt to the very concept. I see you've joined at the best possible moment. We're just spitballing ideas for a very cursed fan story. Now I just asked, alright, give me a theme and let's try to spitball some narrative ideas for a Zootopia fan comic, just to see what cursed stuff we can come up with. Right now the theme is a Zootopia isekai. The other thing would be like a... Okay, so that's another edgy thing that could be a crossover isekai is if you had an isekai, a hunter get isekai'd that specifies in hunting animals and is very dedicated to their cause of hunting game. Actually, that sounds like a actual villain from like a Disney movie. Sounds like I've seen that somewhere. That kind of sounds like Gaston, not gonna lie. Just, he wasn't isekai, but if you'd isekai Gaston into Zootopia, that's essentially that. Tarzan. I don't think Tarzan is obscure, though actually I might just be old. mean, on one side, yes. Okay, if Gaston got isekai'd into... Krampus, that pun was horrible. If Gaston got isekai'd into Zootopia, then he would be picking up wenches, yes. But I don't see how that contradicts the other one. Like, there is the entire case for some women falling for mass murderers. Like, it's an actually documented thing. I don't know which side of the I can fix him argument you stand. I don't know, it's a YouTube live stream. What do you expect? Where I'm drawing a comic about a robotic girl failing to raise a very hurt soldier. Funny girls. For a moment I thought that you wrote Bunny OnlyFans. OnlyFan girls. Damn. Comment removed. I don't think maybe auto moderation. I don't have any moderators, so... Hey, now that it's deleted, you can't say that wasn't written there. There is no proof. Bunny only fun girls. Or maybe that's the name of some actual, like, channel on there, and that's just a very unfortunate turn of events. Oops. Is Terminator an isekai genre? Like the entire story, like think about it. The Terminators get transported from their world back in time to another world. And their actions have severe consequences. And now we get to the question of, what is time travel? Does traveling back in time to change the past, therefore changing the future, create another universe? And if it does create another universe, then, well, it's an isekai. Because if I remember my Japanese correctly, isekai literally means another world. I might be wrong though. You're in a live stream watching someone draw. I think you're in the nerd territory. They get a harem in the past. That's a sentence I never... wow. That's a very interesting story. I have this friend from another country that does book spotting, and his favorite tagline is, "Why is it always smut?" And the funny part about that is he does only book spotting for women that he finds reading books on the way to his work. At least as far as I know. So, why is it always smut? I think that's a very good summary of quite a few questions regarding the internet as well. I mean, to be fair, that's a fairly good categorization, I think. Mikola, do you agree? With a split of all isekais being somewhere in between. Yeah. Yep. Yep. God, drawing today is really slow. A couple of weeks ago I would have been already done with this page. But oh well. Something really funny happened recently because there's this game that's happening in a legally distinct universe of only sad times, where in the very distant future times there is only conflict, and the big important guy on a yellow throne is dead. And therefore there's conflict with heretics and other people. Some of them worship technology. And this game is called Void War. And it was supposed to be already released on Steam. But because the developer didn't know that there is another stage of like internal Steam verification or something like that, that will take 3 to 5 more days, that the release has been delayed. and I'm kind of sad because I was a bit looking forward to playing that game this weekend. But well. I'll have to wait for my favorite legally distinct science fiction setting. The game is essentially faster than light. The Have I read Connecticut Yankee? No, I have not, but I think that name on its own, well, it categorizes stuff fairly well. Like, I don't exactly have to think of much to imagine it. Like, it's essentially as if I told you, like, think of a stereotypical Slav that crouches near a Biedronka. Like, you also get, like, a instant mental image. But do tell, what is it about? I see. Wait, is it from... no, that story can't be the thing that got turned into that movie with a guy shooting someone, then screaming, "This is my boomstick." That's also an isekai. Oh. Was Twain like cut in half or something? Because there is the saying of being cut in twain in English. I don't know, seems like a very poor choice of words for a surname. Hmm. That's an even weirder surname then. Why would someone have a surname of two? Like most surnames are either originate from quote unquote royal names or just descriptors that were used for that person and their family. So, at least as far as I know. So, what would make like your specific family lineage have a surname that just means two? Unless Twain had some other meaning in the past. Oh well, interesting stuff. Almost done with this godforsaken tale and everything in this panel. Yeah, I guess. I need to watch Austin Powers. Never did. I've said that multiple times to myself already. I wonder if I ever follow up on it. I wonder if I'll ever follow up on it. That was a word salad. I'm going to do some very not cool things to someone. Give me a moment. Okay, that's result. Okay, so funny story, now that I think about it. I think I have an idea. I have a weird idea of why people are constantly calling me today. So there's an election tomorrow happening here in Poland, and people really seem to want to tell me who to vote for. And I have a very weird feeling that my grandma was calling me earlier to make sure that I voted for a specific candidate. My brother in Christ. Like, I've already had my parents try to tell me who to vote for, and my response to them was, thank you for interrupting the voting process. Please kindly, I will vote for whoever I want. Yep. I mean, my current opinion is I'm voting for the lesser of the two evils, because I'm not exactly for any of the candidates that are currently in the second round of the election. But that's the way it is, and always and has been for the last 20 years. So, oh well. The two-party system seems to be doing very well. Hey, if a furry were to candidate for the presidency and they were open about the fact that they are a furry, they would lose, but I'd vote for them. Just for the sheer balls. I mean, it may be always a choice between the lesser evil, but you have a lot of people that really do believe that what they're doing is good or for the good. Like, they see the other side as being completely evil. Like, that's, you know, the entire thing about polarization of political spheres, and that's not exactly how democracies should work. No, I don't know who that name is. I thought it's just like a random generic furry name you decided to think up on the spot. Oh yeah, about politics and stuff. My license paper promoter, I don't know how to translate that. The person that's essentially running and ruining at the same time my license paper has on multiple times suggested to us that we are already using ChatGPT to generate our answers, so we should do better with our prompts. And I feel very offended every time she mentions that. I wonder why that may be. Okay, that seems to be fine. Oh. One thing I'm kind of worried about with this chapter is that the way that I've written Eve's dialogue is not supportive enough of Calvin's outburst here. Might have to go back and retroactively change it. Oh, did one of the lamps already break? That's sad. Nope, they turned on. Okay. I want to talk about something, but I've forgotten. So I've been given 2 more vinyls by my parents. They're pretty cool. I got the Phantom Liberty soundtrack from Cyberpunk 2077, and I got the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 soundtrack, which is a total of 3 vinyl discs, because the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is 2 discs. So that's cool. The one large benefit of listening to music on vinyl, outside of course of the swag of it, is, well, not having to pay for any subscriptions or having to listen to any ads. You do have to go over to the vinyl, to the record player every 15 minutes to flip the disc to the other side to listen to the other half of the vinyl disc, but it has its own charm. It also makes sure that I don't sit in one spot for too long when painting miniatures, because with my current setup, with my chair for painting miniatures, I'm gonna have some troubles with sitting in the future, or standing, or in general with my spine, if I sit for too long on it. Yep. Like, I don't exactly have that many CDs. I used to download a lot of my music, but I don't know, it's gotten way harder to... Or rather, I've gotten way lazier with downloading music, because I don't know, just after I change my phone, like, I change phones every 4 to 5 years, so I should probably get back in the habit of downloading music, but at the same time, well, I know how to sail the high seas when it comes to music, and I don't exactly doing that when I'm listening to music from independent creators on YouTube, because, you know, it's kind of their livelihood. So I can suffer through ads for that, but when I'm listening to like specific soundtracks, don't really care. But it's also like a kind of a part of just going off the digital space, you know? Like if you stay on it for too long, then I don't know, it just stops being fun. Things start to anger you a lot more. Something I've noticed in myself, like I've been online for way too much. So I should probably start cutting out my exposure to the wider internet, because the amount of bots and, you know, the direction everything is going, it's very angering. But what can I say, I'm just one artist doing a weird romance comic. Yep, that's one thing that works. I've recently turned on this thing on my phone because, well, I just changed phones, and it has this like funny night mode that changes everything black and white. And that makes it really difficult for me to just keep binge watching YouTube, because, well, if everything is in black and white, then I can't see the colors. And some of the videos that I tend to watch are just not as fun to watch in black and white. Though unless if I'm watching like a video on the history of the Ferdinand tank destroyer, then it's using black and white war footage anyways, so what am I complaining about? Oh yeah, that reminds me. I wanted to do like to start working on a mod for Gates of Hell Ostfront, based on the story of one of the... It was the 653rd Tank Destroyer Battalion of the Third Reich during the Second World War. They had such a weird story of, like, they had such an action-packed story of just constant combat during the Battle of Kursk. Like that thing, not specifically the Battle of Kursk, but the, oh god, that entire operation, I forgot what its name was. Not Citadel. Yeah, whatever. Yep. And a website like that, or rather partially like that, for Crimson Punk will exist soon. Next month. It will be out by the end of June. That's the goal. That's the idea. I'll try as hard as possible to make it a reality. Because I've been paying for this website and its hosting for quite a while, and I can't publish it because it's not done. Hmm. Hmm. Oh yeah, probably next chapter we'll get to the part where Calvin gets the pistol that I always had on this little concept art for his outfit for the first act travel. Okay. Oh, someone's shooting fireworks outside. My dog is not gonna be happy about that. I wonder what for. What's the occasion? Thank you. Maybe, but remember that I'm doing it in black and white. Yep. Doing everything does make doing coloring does make everything more complicated. Part of the reason why I switched over to black and white for this manga. But I also think that doing black and white also has its advantages over full color. Like, it allows you to be more expressive, I feel. Like, you can do expressive full color, don't get me wrong. But I just feel like a full color always comes with the expectation of stuff being more realistic. And when you're doing black and white, you can get away with quite a lot of like weird stuff that you wouldn't be able to get away with otherwise. Mostly due to the question of what do you color it? Like, how do you color that? Okay, I think we're gonna end it for tonight. I am really tired, and it's been a really fun stream, but after a week of being out of practice, doing those 2 panels has completely yeah. You know, I don't mean that it's always realistic, but I just feel like doing full color, unless you go for a very specific style, which is more oriented about one color, or like about very heavy shading, like essentially... Okay, my assumption in that statement was if you're doing just what I'm doing here, but instead of going black and white, you do full color. Then I would have to do more stuff that's realistic. You can absolutely go full color that is not realistic, like Darkest Dungeon is an example. I did some pieces in that style, at least attempted. But yeah. Anyways, I'll see you all next week. And the brave new world of me already having a new job. So, yeah, we'll see how exhausted I will be after that. Yep. Reminder, streams are from now on happening on Saturdays, not on Sundays. Reasons being something came up. And probably it will stay that way for quite a bit. So, yep. Thank you everyone for watching. We've had quite a few people. Thank you Krampus for showing up. It was fun talking with you. Hope you can hop on someday for the actual stream, as in, you know, join us in voice. Me, rather. And yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all around next time.